Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Pastor Todd Summer at Faith and Victory Church, Auburn, Washington, and I'm reading the Bible every single day of the year in 2022. Let's get into it. So today we have Matthew 16, Numbers 1, Numbers 2, and Ecclesiastes 3, 1 through 15. Matthew 16, the demand for a sign. The Pharisees and Sadducees came to Jesus and tested him by asking him to show a sign from heaven. He replied, "When evening comes, you will say, 'Is it fair weather? For the sky is red.' And the morning, 'Today will it be stormy? For the sky is red and overcast.' You will know how to interpret the appearance of the sky, but you cannot interpret the signs of the times. A wicked and adulterous generation looks for a sign, but none will be given it except the sign of Jonah." Jesus then left them and went away. The yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees. When they went across the lake, the disciples forgot to take bread. "Be careful," Jesus said to them. "Be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees." They discussed this among themselves and said, "It is because we didn't bring any bread." Aware of their discussion, Jesus said, "You have little faith. Why are you talking among yourselves about having no bread? Do you not understand? Don't you remember the 5 loaves for 5,000 and how many basketfuls you gathered? Or the 7 loaves for the 4,000 and how many basketfuls you gathered? How is it you don't understand that I was not talking to you about bread? Be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees." Then they understood that he was not telling them to guard against the yeast used in bread, but against the teachings of the Pharisees and Sadducees. Peter declares that Jesus is the Messiah. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do you say the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." "What about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, Blessed are you, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Jesus predicted his death. From that time on, Jesus began to explain to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things at the hands of the elders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law. And then he must be killed on the third day and be raised to life. Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. "Never, Lord," he said, "this shall never happen to you." But Jesus turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns." Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. Whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for a soul? For the Son of Man is going to come in his Father's glory with his angels, and then he will reward each person according to what they have done. Truly I tell you, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." Numbers 1, the census. The Lord spoke to Moses in front of the tent of the meeting in the desert of Sinai on the first day of the second month of the second year after the Israelites came out of Egypt. He said, "Take a census of the whole Israelite community by their clans and families, listing every man by name one by one. You and Aaron are to count, according to their divisions, all the men in Israel who are 20 years old or more and able to serve in the army. One man from each tribe, each of them the head of his family, is to help you. These are the names or the name of the men who are to assist you: Reuben, Elizur, son of Shedeur; from Simeon, Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai; from Judah, Nashon, son of Aminadab; and Issachar, Nathaniel, son of Zur; from Zebulun, Elab, son of Helon; from the sons of Joseph, Ephraim, Ishima, son of Amalhud; from Manasseh, Gamaliel, son of Padahuzur; from Benjamin, Abdan, son of Gideoni, and Dan, Ahazir, son of Ashambadai. From Asher, Pagel, son of Ochran. From Gad, Eliasaph, son of Duel. From Naphtali, Ahari, son of Ian. These were the men appointed from the community, the leaders of their ancestral tribes. They were the heads of the clans of Israel. Moses and Aaron took these men whose names had been specified, and they called the whole community together on the first day of the second month. The people registered their ancestry by the clans and families, and the men 20 years old or more were listed by name, one by one. The Lord commanded Moses, as the Lord commanded Moses, and so he counted them in the desert of Sinai. From the descendants of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, all men 20 years or older or more, were able to serve in the army, were listed by name, one by one, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Reuben was 46,500. From the descendants of Simeon, all the men 20 years older or more who were able to serve in the army were counted and listed by name, one by one, according to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe of Simeon was 59,300. From the descendants of Gad, all the men of 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Gad was 45,650. From the descendants of Judah, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army who were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Judah was 74,600. From the descendants of Issachar, all of the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Issachar was 54,400. From the descendants of Zebulun, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Zebulun was 57,400. From the sons of Joseph, from the descendants of Ephraim, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Ephraim was 40,500. From the descendants of Manasseh, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe from Manasseh was 32,200. From the descendants of Benjamin, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe from Benjamin was 35,400. From the descendants of Dan, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Dan was 62,700. From the descendants of Asher, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe from Asher was 41,500. From the descendants of Naphtali, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Naphtali was 53,400. These were the men counted by Moses and Aaron and the 12 leaders of Israel, each one representing his family. All the Israelites 20 years old or more who were able to serve in Israel's army were counted according to their families. The total number was 603,550. The ancestral tribe of the Levites, however, were not counted along with the others. The Lord had said to Moses, "You must not count the tribe of Levi or include them in the census of the other Israelites. Instead, appoint a Levite to be in charge of the tabernacle of the covenant law, over the furnishings and everything belonging to it. They are to carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings. They are to take care of it and encamp around it. Whenever the tabernacle is to move, the Levites are to take it down. Whenever the tabernacle is to be set up, the Levites shall do it. Anyone else who approaches is to be put to death. The Israelites are set up to their tents by divisions, each of them in their own camp under their standard. The Levites, however, are to set up their tents around the tabernacle and the covenant law, so that my wrath will not fall on the Israelite community. The Levites are to be responsible for the care of the tabernacle of the covenant law." The Israelites did just as the Lord commanded Moses. Numbers 2, the arrangement of the tribal camps. The Lord says to Moses and Aaron, the Israelites are to camp around the tent of the meeting, some distance from it, each of them under the standard and holding the banners of their family. On the east toward the sunrise, the divisions of the camp Judah are to encamp under their standard. The leader of the people of Judah is Nashon, son of Amminadab. His division numbers are 74,600. The tribe of Issachar will camp next to him. The leader of the people of Issachar is Nathaniel, son of Zur. His division numbers 54,400. The tribe of Zebulun will be next. The leader of the people of Zebulun is Eleb, son of Helon. The division numbers 57,400. All men assigned to the camp of Judah according to their divisions number 186,400. They will set out first. On the south will be the divisions of the camp of Reuben under their standard. The leader of the people of Reuben is Elzur, son of Shedur. His division numbers 46,500. The tribe of Simeon will camp next to them. The leader of the people of Simeon is Shemuel, son of Zurishadai. His division numbers 59,300. The tribe of Gad will be next. The leader of the people of Gad is Eliasaph, son of Duel. His division numbers 45,650. All the men assigned to the camp of Reuben, according to their divisions, number 151,450. They will set out second. Then the tent of the meeting and the camp of the Levites will set out in the middle of the camps. They will set out the same order as they encamp, each in their own place under their standard. On the west will be the divisions of the camp of Ephraim under their standard. The leader of the people of Ephraim is Elishama, son of Ammohud. His division numbers 40,500. The tribe of Manasseh will be next to him. The leader of the people of Manasseh is Gamaliel, son of Pedahzur. His division numbers 32,200. The tribe of Benjamin will be next. The leader of the people of Benjamin is Abidan, son of Gideoni. His division numbers 35,400. All the men assigned to the camp of Ephraim, according to their divisions, number 108,100. They will set out third. On the north, there will be divisions of the camp of Dan under their standard. The leader of the people of Dan is Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. His division numbers 62,700. The tribe of Asher will camp next to him. The leader of the people of Asher is Pagiel, son of Okran. His division numbers 41,500. The tribe of Naphtali will be next. The leader of the people of Naphtali is Ahira, son of Enan. His division numbers 53,400. All the men assigned to the camp of Dan number 157,600. They will set out last under their standards. These are the Israelites, counted according to their families. All the men in the camps by their divisions number 603,550. The Levites, however, were not counted along with the other Israelites, as the Lord had commanded Moses. So the Israelites did everything the Lord commanded Moses. That is why they encamped under their standards. And that is the way they set out, each of them under the clan and family. Ecclesiastes 3:1-15. A time for everything. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden that God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set out eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for the people than to be happy and do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken away from it. God does it so that the people will fear him. Whatever is has already been, and what will be has been before, and God will call the past to account. Amen, amen. Well, thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate that. And I would also really appreciate maybe a like and a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. Have a blessed evening. And we'll see you later.